Hey, what does this mean? This question came up in class today, and I thought, hey, it's a great idea to make a video. So here we are making a video. Thanks for your help. And the problem that was asked about was this, and that question came up, and here's what it means. Let's talk about what it means and then how to figure it out, not just with a simple one like this, but maybe with one that we don't know just by looking at it. Okay, what this means is some number times itself a total of 3 times, or cubed, some number cubed equals 27 is what this means. So, but think of this more like a question asking. It's asking, hey, what number times itself 3 times equals 27? Which, through guess and check, we can figure out that in this case, 3 is the answer to that, because we can do that as a proof. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. But what if you have a big number and you do not know how to do it using guess and check? Well, how about busting out that officially sanctioned calculator that is official in most classrooms? These are found all over the place. The old TI-34. I've got a fancy white one here. And I give the students this mere yellow one. So just to prove it can be done on the yellow one, because the white one's magic. Everything works on there. But let's take this simple one. We already know the answer, and let me just give you a little tutorial. I'm going to prop that up so hopefully you can see it a little better. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. There's the on button. Now I see the flashing cursor up there. I'm going to hit the second key. Boom. Then this little caret button to the left of the 7. And it gives me the radical sign and the little thing that looks like it says answer. Now I'm going to hit the arrow. I'm going to scroll over to the left until it's flashing on top of the A. Ooh, that's a better spot. And I'm going to type in this case, the 3, because I want the cube root. And then I'm going to arrow back over to here. And what should I put there? Yeah, put the 27 there. So now we've transferred this problem into the TI-34, and just hit the enter sign down here, and it matches what we came up with. So now that we know it works, let's try it with something where maybe we don't know what it works. Here's a little inside trick. This is what teachers do. I know because I'm an actual teacher on TV anyway. Okay, so you got to talk really quiet and you got to keep this a secret. Let's take some number like 13. Let's try 13. It's a lucky number. And I'll go ahead and use my TI-34. And I'll go 13 times 13 times 13. I know there's a shorter, faster way to do that, but this is the way to prove what we're doing. 2,197. So, clever teacher can take this and go write a problem for a test or something, or just some practice. What is the cube root of 2197? And then clear my calculator and give that to a student, and they think I'm a genius. Ooh. But here's how that clever student, equally clever, probably more clever than I am, could find the answer to that. We're going to go through this process one more time. So we know the calculator's on because we see the flashing, we'll call that the cursor. And now I'm going to hit the second button, which is like a shift key. That's what allows you to access all these other things above the blue keys on a TI-34 and on many other calculator brands. So I'm going second. We call that the caret. It's left of the 7. and it gives us this thing that's displayed right above the caret. Now we take our little four-way arrow thing over here and go left. Now the A is kind of flashing, and I'm going to put the 3 there because we're looking for the third root, or the cube root. I'm going to arrow back over, and you and I, we know a secret. We already know the answer. But because of that, we can test this calculator function out and make sure it works right. 2197. Enter sign. 13, which we did. We did that ahead of time to create the problem. Now I want to give you one more example. One more. You can shut this off if you're bored by now. But the point was to teach you how to use the standard classroom calculator to find a cube root, or even a 4th root or a 5th root, or whatever you want. But what about if I have an integer like -5 and I cube that? What happens? -5 times -5, the sign flips over to positive because these have the same sign. Same sign is always positive, right? But then if I multiply it a 3rd time, which means I'm cubing it, then it flips it back to -125. So you can imagine a question like this. Draw the radical sign. I'm putting this -125 in there, and I'm putting the 3 out here. Okay, so this can be very confusing, and this is actually what made this question come up in my classroom today, in our classroom. That's right, Jackson. And then Jackson taught me this, and I said, hey, I should make a video out of that. So let's go. This is our 3rd and final example. And then for this, I'll be teaching you where the negative sign is. A lot of students did not know that. So, flashing cursor, 2nd button, caret, go to the left, 2 pushes on that left button. I want the 3 because we're doing the cube root. And then I come back here. Here, do not hit this. This is an operator that's a minus sign. It's a subtraction sign. But do hit this right there. That represents the negative sign. And you see it on display right there. Now I put my 125 in and enter. And you see -5, which is what we started with. Okay. Did you get all that? Good. And if you didn't, just watch the video over and over and over and over and over. Thank you. Goodbye.